Yo, it's Tug from We Make Best, and I just wanted to yap about my speculations and what I found out for Gravy Bones and the upcoming set, High Seas, because this motherfucker looks pushed. So let's get straight into it. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about using your graveyard as a resource for your deck that just hypes me the fuck up, bro, because in Magic, I was a thorough dredge enjoyer. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, I'm jamming out Memento. So being able to do similar shit in Fab right now, it just feels so good. It feels like I'm at home. But I will say, I do think Gravy Bones, how he's feeling right now is just gonna be taking the mantle that Enigma had. But before you tilt from hearing the forbidden name once again, this deck is so much more balanced. It's balanced the problem with Enigma, because the fuck part about Enigma was that she was able to protect her board state because it was ward and not allies. And so obviously Gravy can't do that. And it's just so much more balanced this way. It's like how it should have been from the get-go. If you could have just swung at Mirror Guy to kill it on demand, then no, I swear that it just like wouldn't have been as big of a problem. So yeah, love it from both players' perspectives, Gravy's and the opponents. But yeah, I just want to say, I've just been jamming this on Talishar for the past like couple weeks, whatever. And bro, I am just outvaluing meta decks with no weapon equipped and like 5 spoiled cards for the class. It's insane, bro. And I've played a fair bit of Enigma, by the way, so I can explain the differences that I'm feeling and the similarities between them. So the biggest one so far is Enigma was very action point rich with her weapon, which made her snowball potential just like kind of busted, really. Like really, if you stumbled once, you're never coming back into the game. She's just gonna run away with it. And then like I said before, she could protect her board state to essentially damage check her opponents because of like the ward shit as opposed to allies. But like everything, there's always trade-offs. Gravy doesn't have those, but where he excels instead is the allies are generally better statted compared to the ward counterpart, besides Mirror Guy. Like if you traverse Mirror Guy, obviously, besides that one. Your graveyard is also like a second arsenal for your hero. It's like Vincent's ability kind of thing. You can just stockpile intellect for as long as you want, which is like very broken, obviously, because you see the downside for Vincent is she has to banish a card from her hand every turn to be allowed such an OP mechanic where we don't have that, Gravy doesn't have it. And then lastly, all your gold tokens are just additional pure value, like a pure source of value, which I'll get to. But yeah, just those points, great place to be for a new hero already. And again, no weapon, no spoilers, whatever. But yeah, like I was saying with the gold tokens, this shit just says pop the gold and draw. But if you discard a Watery Grave card, it's like you're arsenaling them and you're giving them go again when you cast them, thanks to the compass. So technically it's better than just +3 for the draw card. I don't want to say +6 because technically you're not drawing the ally in your hand. You already have it. You're just moving it into your arsenal, which you wouldn't give a value, but that go again source has got to be worth something, like 1.5 or something. So on average, your golds are worth like 4.5 to 6, in my opinion. But then staying on that storyline, right? So say we did do the thing where we popped our gold, drew a card, discarded a Watery Grave card, right? Well, then what? Well, now any go again blue plus another blue to pitch is just a 2-card 9 value, like straight up, face up on the board right there. 9 value from swing for 6 and your opponent has to deal with it with a card. But this is where the Enigma part comes in, right? Because it's a board state hero once again. So what was a 2-card 9, if they don't deal with it or can't, it is now a 3-card 15. Then the next turn it's a 4-card 21. It's just fucking Mirror Guy numbers, bro. Mirror Guy numbers are back. That's why I was saying that shit before. And like, yeah, that's why I'm saying right now, like this deck already has better numbers than some of the meta decks right now, which you'll be seeing in the B-roll. Because like, all I'm doing is just like throwing big attacks and then all of a sudden I'm gonna summon a dude, whack him, and then like fork my opponent, pause. It's like, if they kill it, I get my value for the card straight up, and now I also have tempo. If they try to ignore it, I'm just going to full block and then 1 card 6 or 0 card 4, win the race every single time. It's just checkmate, brother. It's just checkmate. So Yeah. But yeah, I'll quickly go over my deck list right now. So let's go over to that. So this is the list. I did make a little bit of a matchup guide, but it's not super accurate. And I'm still like playing around with it for myself. But I think this is a great starting point for anyone that's like bored. Maybe you don't have any PQs left like we don't in Perth right now. So I'm kind of just on standby till new set. So yeah, these are just like a really nice starting point for people. Into aggro, I'm pretty much just trying to outnumbers my opponent. Just like D-reacts, big attacks, I'll just block 6, swing a big attack. If they block, they slow down, letting me create some time and whatever to be able to set my guys into the graveyard. As soon as these guys are in the graveyard, all your blues turn into like Rage Spectres on crack pretty much. Like even just playing something that doesn't get any value, like this just has 0 value into aggro. They're probably not bringing any D-reacts against you. That's just a blue 3 block, play it, and that's going to turn on our hero ability, and that's going to allow us to play out any of our guys. For the guys specifically as well, ideally, if you can get a chum out as your first ally, it buys you so much tempo, or it is just the best thing ever. Like 6 life, I realized sometimes your opponent actually just can't kill it. Like they have to ignore it. All they can do is like present 4 for the turn. And it happens so much more often than what I think. And the benefit about chum staying out is 2 major things. Is the attack is free. So if they do full choose to like try and race it, you can actually just full block and just 0 card for them, which is nuts. You're going to win every race with that. 16 value per hand. Or if they do finally try to attack it, or like they play a bunch of buff effects, you get to activate this effect. And what this does is discard a Watery Grave card. So like you essentially don't even think about this part. Discard just isn't a word on this card. It's just put a Watery Grave card into your graveyard, which is just a second arsenal, which means that you're gonna give a go again, blah, 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 blah. And then the second text sometimes is relevant. Like I was saying, if they play pump effects, I was doing it against like Mario and shit when they try to do buffs, dagger buffs before their Kiss of Death, and I'm just like, no, you attack chum here. So that's super good. Against Azalea and shit, same shit. Just force them to attack chum for like 10, and then you get so much more value than what it's worth. So yeah, if you get chum out early, it's pretty much game winning on its own into most heroes right now. These other ones are a little bit more situational. This one can be worse into like Syndra and stuff. Like obviously they can just kunai it, or like Ira just kills it. But honestly, you could even just cut this card, and on top of that, it's also kind of just fine if they do it, just discarding this card. You're still getting like 2 cards 7 out of it if they do just Kadachi it, but maybe it gets annoying against like Snatch and stuff. Those effects do trigger, Mask of Momentum, all that. So I could see honestly cutting it against decks like that. But just 6 damage is so much. Against like Florian and shit, Guardians, whatever, it's so annoying for them to have to actually spend their whole turn's action point to kill this thing. So most of the time you're getting like a 2 card 9 out of it, which is exactly what Sawbones is. Sawbones is probably the second best. I thought it was going to be the best because this effect seemed toxic. It seemed so good to like double up, triple up on this, but you are a little bit action point starved, which I am hoping that Gravy's weapon will help fill in a little bit, as they'll help a little bit with the fatigue, but even just a normal weapon would help with the fatigue problem because we're just down cards, whatever. But yeah, being able to double up, triple up on Sawbones, and then just like double prevention effect, nuts. Just the prevention effect against any assassin, nuts. Against like any breakpoint attacks like Snatch or whatever, nuts. Although they're probably going to swing the Snatch into this. And on top of that, you can play and swing at it off of just a single blue. So very easy to just get this guy out, swing for 6, and then maybe even like follow up with something, because I do like to run all the go-agains in the other package, in the slow matchups, but we'll get to that. So yeah, all the allies are really good. Try to play chum early. This card. This card, bro. Holy shit. This is like felling. It actually just feels like you're playing felling. It's a little bit different because you have to keep like a whole extra card half the time. But a big tip is just save your equipment for this fucking Conqueror, bro. This shit is so fucking big utsa. 3 card dump this, swing in for 8. Especially in the late game, your opponent just has to give like 3 cards to stop it. They've got 1 card left, and they're facing down like something with 6 damage on the board, and you still have like 2 more cards to come, like 2 cards plus whatever. Oh, you are just cooking. This card's like such a big horse. But yeah, good tips is like Arsenal will de-react against it and just de-react on it, then the on hit doesn't matter. So that's like why CNC's fucking broken, because you can't use the de-reacts. But seeing on de-reacts here, bang. Also that plays into why I really like CNC in this deck, by the way. Counters the counter to your counter, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Conquer is good. Gold plated also, we're talking about that. Just make sure you block that shit out. As for the blues, the best blue is Amulet. The Diamond Amulet has so fucking beyond overperformed for me, by the way. So there's a lot of cool little interactions you can do. Chum discarding this on our own turn turns on Gravy, so then you can actually just play it with Go again. So that's a nice thing. Also, when this is on the field, you can just activate it as an instant, get your second action point, so you get 2 AP, and it turns on Gravy's ability. So you actually get 2 free activations of Gravy with everything that you do out of Amulet. You get like so much free activations of action points and Gravy activations. Action points just directly correlate into 6 damage as well most of the time in this deck. So yeah, this is just overperformed for me. I've also got a little secret tech thing, so it's not in this list. So James in the keynote announced that there's going to be 8 amulets or whatever. And if there's any of the ones that I need, if any of those do what I need, I know how to break this. I know how to break this. So there is a very key thing that you can do with this, because it is a generic. Anyone can play this. So yeah, I might keep that a secret. See on the spoilers if they announce the exact things that I need. But if they do give it, then I'll fucking make a vid. They'll go pop off. But yeah, excited for that. And yeah, don't underestimate this. It's so good that it's a blue. Activates all that, blah, blah, blah. Next after that is Cold to the Grave. Like, this is just a red card in your deck. Ignore this, because you just don't do that one. You just always play this one. Blue Entomb in this deck is fucking broken. Just turn on your Gravy. Go dump, like, if it's early, go dump Chum. Sometimes I don't hate just dumping Amulet if it's like turn 0. I guess if it's turn 0, I'm still making Chum all day. Yeah, so early game, make Chum. Later in the game, you can just always grab Sawbones and then do it. So just 2-card Sawbones. It's a great extender because it's also got Go again if you've got like anything else. Yeah, just like all around an insane blue. Probably pick your shit up now, by the way, because this card just gets better, to be honest. Because I've got a Necromancer spoiler. So yeah, Call to the Grave, good card. Chart, I thought this card was nuts. So on release, this shit was just like a 1-card 10. In practice, it doesn't come up as much. And if you look at my maybe board and like here, I've got extra yellows. I was running like way more yellows and less reds just for like hit chance on chart. But like, if you don't see the direct yellow on top of the deck with the compass, normally you just don't have to risk it, is the thing. So it's like better to just play it safe, like just play the better cards on average for now, obviously. Play the better cards on average and then just use this as an activator. Like, I don't even care if I just get double red off of this, to be honest. Like, you get double red, still just gonna turn this on. I've probably kept this plus a blue, and then if I do hit, I'll just use the 3 resources from this to play the guy and swing. If I miss, then I'll just do this, you know? So yeah, I kind of play it safe, but if you do hit a gold off this bad boy, it's like 3 plus, you're gonna get, I like to call it 4.5 for the gold value. So it's like a 1-card 7.5 plus turn this on that allows you to get a like 1-card 9 there. So it's like, you get your 6 damage here as well. It's like, and then maybe 3 life if they kill it straight away. What's that? 7.5, 13.5. We're talking 16.5 on like 1 turn cycle off of 1 card. So you probably used 4 other cards to do whatever. And yeah, 16.5, pretty good for 1 card, yeah. Obviously with certain conditions. But yeah, so like I was saying, gold, I like to just save all the gold to discard my Watery Graves. Rally and shit's very nice, so just discard your Watery Graves as well. Lets you also do it into the aggro like a lot better because the game's obviously going to be a lot more fast paced. I want to be able to, as soon as I draw one of these, discard this somehow. Otherwise, I'm probably having to pitch it to like CNC or whatever. All the blues, just anything that has Go again and can turn on your ability is already just good, like flat rate. if it does have Go Again, then it's added benefit. You could run like Whisper of the Oracles, which was like running for a little bit, but I then started testing out Truce, and this shit actually came up a lot. Like going Ally plus Go Again and like swing into someone, and then you just end on Truce is like GG. Honestly, it's just GG. It feels like actually just when they were doing Mirror Guide Truce on release. The extra action points are really good for both matchups. A lot of the times like aggro ignore these, and so these just turn into 6 damage. Into the slow matchups, you're kind of just saving all these guys in the graveyard to be able to start chaining high, flying highs with them. I kind of wrote it in the matchup guide, which we will go to. But yeah, like you just set up all your allies in the graveyard in first cycle, then you play ally, play your Go Again thing, swing for 6 or whatever, then play your second ally, pass to them. They're gonna kill one of them, and then I should draw this a little bit. I'm like doing hand motions like you can fucking see me. But yeah, and then on the next turn, they kill one of them, so you've still got an ally here. Then you just swing this, like you play your Go Again, Enabler, whatever. Swing for 6, then you summon your next one, has Go Again from the Compass, and then you swing another 6. And it's just like, they're kind of locked here, right? And so throughout the game, I'm just like, again, swinging my big numbers at them, butsa, setting up all this in the graveyard. And then normally this is where that Diamond Amulet part comes into handy. I just leave this on the board until the late game, and then I just pop it. Because yeah, you're gonna get an extra 6 damage just out of this activation as well as just turn on the gravy, and you just get to turn the corner. Bro, if the other amulets, like besides the fucking insane combo that I can break using this, besides that, if the other amulets are anything like this shit goes off the wall, bro. It's crazy. Like, shit's out the gate instantly. But yeah, Call to the Grave to just tutor all of them is like so nice, even though they're legendary. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got. Oh, that's aggro. This is the slow. So you just switch out some D-reacts. Less defense, more offense, because they're probably a slower deck. You can just block out anyway, do your slow game plan, and then blitz them in like second cycle. So yeah, I do have a random shit in here. So this is an open deck list, a quick yap. I was jamming around to see if these are like the important things. I like to like try and figure out play lines depending on other classes cards. And blues with Go Again, like even if they have text, it just doesn't matter really, is what I found. Like if we get some blues like this, like Dromai-esque blues, to be able to turn on your gravy ability, it's like, doesn't really matter. So I'm really looking for anything else. Obviously I'm looking for a weapon. I was thinking about and judging like with all of these, because I just manual mode a lot of it and shit, and I just versed myself on TTS. If I'm looking at it realistically, you can never have Stormer Sandakai. I think that breaks this hero instantly. I think at best you could get a 1 swing gets Go Again, but then that kind of makes me wonder, like, why did they print Flying High then? Because I feel like Flying High was a little bit specific for this guy, and then generic to help the other classes or whatever. So I feel like we're not gonna get that. I was testing just like having, if we have like a non-conditional swing for 2 kind of weapon, this felt really good. Like maybe it felt a little bit too good, being able to always cash in a blue for like swing for 2 and your hit for 6. So it's always like 1 card 8. So it's probably not gonna be like unconditional Go Again. It's probably gonna be like, if you summon an ally, if you summon from the graveyard or whatever, Watery Grave effect, then you get like Go Again or like an added bonus. So I think that's what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be action points. I think the deck's already good. It's gonna probably break it if it's action points. So yeah, I think it's gonna be something like Galaxy Black, except for your mechanics in here. It's gonna be like, yeah, play a Watery Grave card, maybe it gets like +3 or like +1 goes to 2 Go Again. And then like that makes it more balanced, but it's still not balanced at that point, to be honest. Maybe it's a draw discard. That's why I put Flail in here as well. It was like, even that seemed too good. I swear any form of weapon is just too good. But I could see this actually, because once per turn action, like maybe we have to sacrifice something, pay. It's a trash weapon, like trash stats wise, but then maybe it's like draw discard, which is pretty good. If it's draw discard, or it's like on hit, make a gold with a very big negative downside or whatever, like I could see it for that, and it wouldn't break it too much. It would just like add an interesting flavor to it. So that's what I actually predict after playing this list a little bit, but obviously all speculation. I was also jamming with these. Don't do these, blocking arm is just too good. Everything in here I kind of jammed around, played around with, and found that they were fine. So I left them here. If you have suggestions, they were probably in here and then I yeeted them off. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's kind of just turned into a full gravy video. So I initially was going to talk about all the heroes, but I guess this is a gravy bones video. Just shows how excited I am for this. But yeah, link in the description. Go test this out for yourselves. Tell me how you do with it. Tell me if you find any upgrades as well. Okay, I'm outie. Peace.